Here are Ryan's top 3 favorite wrestlers. Number 3, Will Ospreay. Number 2, Kenny Omega. Number 1, Master Wada. No way, that can't be right. Damn! Now back to Jack and Ryan on the MonsterCast.
It's literally from the match between MJF and Kenny Omega on Collision.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. MJF surpasses Kenny Omega's record, or he will now, for sure.
He will not. Yeah.
For those curious, because a big narrative with MJF for a long time was that he barely wrestles. However, since he's been world champion, he has put his title on the line 8 times, including last night's Collision match against Omega, where he retained to break Omega's record for the longest AEW World title reign. Also, for anyone wondering, by comparison, in Omega's reign, he defended the AEW World title successfully 6 times, and on the 7th defense, lost to Adam Page. So MJF is wrestling just as much as Omega was when it comes to AEW World title defenses. So anybody that's complaining about how much MJF has been wrestling, he's actually been wrestling a lot more than we think, and then take into account the fact that he's doing tag team matches with Adam Cole at the same time, and now 2 handicap tag team matches in a row for the last pay-per-view and this pay-per-view coming up. So I think we can throw that narrative out the window right now, at least as long as he's champion anyway.
Yeah. How'd you feel about? I mean, obviously all that's true, but how'd you feel about the match itself?
The match itself, I will not give it 5 stars. I know Dave's probably going to give it 5 stars. A lot of people were hyping it up. It was a great match. I'm probably giving it like 4.75. And it's not even for Callis, because Callis didn't really have any bearing on it. He didn't get the win off the roll, so it doesn't matter, right? Like, I thought it was going to matter, but it didn't.
But Kenny would have gotten the win if he had hit the one-winged angel.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know.
MJF's going to kick out of
He could. If any one person in AEW right now was going to, it would be the guy that just kicked out of my fucking heat seeker. Hell yeah, I'm kicking out of your shit. So anyway, back to the original point. I get a 4.75 because the first parts of the match were a little rocky. Like, I felt like these 2 dudes have so much fucking talent that they overcame an off night. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
The slip ups here and there, and then I mean, Kenny Omega did a great job selling the knee for the last 75% of the match, but the nip ups where he stumbled or whatever, there was a couple things in the corner. The MJF dive to the outside was nowhere close on point to hitting Omega. Omega had to literally run to the side to catch him.
His little backflip thing. Yeah. I keep seeing people post a little video clip of that, and they're like, "Oh my god, MJF! Like, that's so crazy they could do that." And I'm like, "Bro, MJF is not the impressive one in that clip, because Kenny immediately fucking recognizes. He's like, no, he's gonna be short. Let me run up and try to make this not look bad, and
short
make sure he doesn't
to the
smash
right.
his fucking head on the apron by getting under him like super quickly. I was much like, it's very athletic, but I was much more impressed with Omega's insight into exactly what was fucking up and how to get under it immediately on that.
The match, sure. I'm giving the match probably, I mean, I have to watch everything twice. I still have it on the Sling DVR. I will watch it again, but right now it's a 4.75. I don't think it's going to change from that. The beginning of the match, like I said, there was a lot of, I guess, feeling out process, because they've never wrestled against each other one-on-one before. So that might have had something to do with it. But I really feel like it was an off night for these guys, and they're so fucking talented that they overcame it. And then like the last 80% of the fucking match was just, that was 5 stars. The last 80% of the match was 5 stars. But
doing an early powerbomb through a table spot was pretty interesting.
Especially when you consider how Omega's leg trapped MJF's arm on that table. I'm surprised MJF didn't get sliced and diced from that table the way it broke.
Yeah, it was pretty.
But yeah, I'm right now 4.75 for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good match. I would agree it's probably not like I probably wouldn't give 5 stars. I think 4.75 is fair. And I don't know that I feel the same way you do about the beginning of it being like super off or anything. Like, to me, it's like that's a typical beginning of the match feeling out process sort of.
No, not the feeling out process. The storytelling of that is fine, but there are slip ups in that match. It's not just the nip up from Omega. There's other stuff in there too.
Well, I thought that was him selling the knee anyway, so I was fine with that.
I don't think he really started selling the knee until the table spot.
Well, I think the Don Callis thing did a good job, because I'm not usually crazy about interference spots, especially distraction spots, which I think are stupid. Like Don Callis standing there is enough to distract you from just like finishing the fucking move. I don't like that. I thought that was kind of dumb baby shit.
Now I understand that, and that's because, you know, if Kenny's so hell bent on being Kenny the Cleaner again, why not just do it right in front of Callis?
Yeah, and then
then
stare at him like you did after the fucking Sunny Kiss match.
But I will also say that at least the storyline is got so much heat behind it that it would distract him to the point like I fucking got to get my hands on you type deal. I get that part of it. At least the storyline has enough heat behind it, because like Don Callis is getting real boos out of the building, not piped in ones. So you get that, and he's the only one that comes out. What I would have liked to see was Don come out with like the entire family that was available and all rush out there like they're going to do something. That would distract me a lot more than just Don Callis out there. Omega can take out Don Callis. If he jumps up on the apron, I'm punching him in the fucking forehead. But if Will Hobbs and fucking Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita all come out there running and they all rush the ring like they're going to do something, that would distract me and make me take him off for the one-winged angel, because I might have to defend myself.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like if he was sitting, if they had come out and circled the fucking ring, I could understand him putting down and like being fucking careful or whatever, and then starting the same roll-up spot. But to just have Don Callis stand out there and you already have him up, just fucking drop him, finish the match, get the pin, and then go deal with your Callis shit. That's where I was kind of like,
But the other thing is there's also a connection with Don Callis coming out to pretend to help MJF, who he was trying to talk to about him joining the Don Callis family earlier as well.
Fine, but again, he's already got him up in the fucking one-winged angel. Just drop it. That's even
at that point, the only thing I could think of if I'm Kenny Omega is if I hit him with the one-winged angel and Don Callis comes in this ring and it causes a DQ and pisses away my world title win, then I'm fucked. So he stops him so that he can fucking go to Don Callis and try to make sure that he doesn't interfere type deal. But to your point, why not hit him with the one-winged angel? He's fucking knocked out. Back Don Callis up, come back, and then hit him with another one-winged angel for the win.
Yeah, because it's not like he's gonna wake up. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. It was that dumb baby. I'm a dumb baby face. I don't just do the obvious thing booking that I'm not a fan of. Yeah. But the match itself I thought was cool. But that did take away from it a little bit for me, because it's like, this is a guy who has been in such high pressure situations, who's been in such major matches or whatever. The idea that he would get so distracted by that he's just gonna like not finish his finish was crazy to me.